Going through the problems on assignment 29 to help you out. The first one, we have the integral from 0 to 5 of 3x squared dx. These are all basic antiderivatives. There's no need for u substitution here. So 3x squared is x cubed when we antiderive it, evaluated from 0 to 5. So that means we're going to have 5 cubed minus 0 cubed, or 125. Number 2, 4x antiderives to 2x squared. 3 antiderives to 3x, evaluated from -1 to 2. We plug in 2 first, so we have 2 times 4 plus 3 times 2 minus, and then we plug in -1 second, 2 times -1 squared is 1, plus 3 times -1. This is 8. This is 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. This is 2. This is -3. 2 plus -3 is -1. So we have 14 minus -1, or 15. Whoops, just realized we had a mistake here. I tried plugging in 2. The upper bound is not 2. The upper bound is, in fact, 3. So that means that we're going to plug in 3 squared. So we're going to have 9 there, and 3 times 3 here. 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times 3 is 9. 18 plus 9 is 27. 27 minus -1 is 28. That is the actual answer for number 2. Number 3, e to the x antiderives to itself. 4 antiderives to 4x. Evaluated from 0 to 1. We plug in 1 first, so that's e plus 4. We plug in 0. That's e to the 0 plus 0. E plus 4, e to the 0 is 1, so 4 minus 1 is 3. With number 4, sine's antiderivative is the opposite of cosine. Cosine's antiderivative is sine, and they're being evaluated from 0 to pi over 2. So you need to know your trig chart. We plug in pi over 2, so we have the opposite of the cosine of pi over 2, plus the sine of pi over 2, and then we're going to subtract the opposite of the cosine of 0 plus the sine of 0. Cosine of pi over 2 is 0. Sine of pi over 2 is 1. Cosine of 0 is 1, but it's negated. Sine of 0 is 0. 1 minus -1 means we're looking at 2 as our final answer. Number 5, 3x squared antiderives to x cubed. 8x derives to 4x squared, and that's being evaluated from 1 to 3. So when we plug in 3, we have 3 cubed minus 4 times 3 squared. When we plug in 1, we have 1 cubed minus 4 times 1 squared. 3 cubed is 27. 4 times 9 is 36. 27 minus 36 is -9. Minus -3, so -9 plus 3 means we are looking at -6. Number 6, x to the -2 antiderives to x to the -1 over -1, and that's being evaluated from 2 to 4. This is the same thing as -1 over x. This x to -1 can move to the denominator. Makes it a lot easier when we're trying to plug in numbers. So we have -1 over 4 minus -1 over 2. So -1/4 plus 1/2. So a quarter plus 1/2 will be 1/4.